सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय
जय
बड़ी वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
आचार्य ठाकुर की
जय
जय
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत राधा शिवासादि भक्त वृंद की
जय
जय
आनंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते
नमो वासुदेवाय।
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Hare Krishna. Welcome back to Srimad Bhagavatam session.
Diodaya.
We are entering a new chapter, chapter 2, Divinity and Service, and verses 1 to 4. Verse 1. Vyasa vacha iti samprashna samhrishto vipranam raumaharshanim pratipuja vajastesham pravaktum vajakrame. Vyasa vacha iti samprashna samhrishto vipranam raumaharshanim pratipuja vajastesham pravaktum vajakrame. Vyasa vacha iti samprashna samhrishto Vipranam Raumaharshani Pradipuja Vajastesham Pravaktum Vajakrame. Yes, Sarja Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Diodaya Vyasovaja. Idi samprashna samprishto vipranam daumaharshini pradibhuja vajastesham pravaktum upajakrame. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right, Jai Shri Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण। इति सम्प्रश्न सम्पृष्टो विप्राणां धर्महर्षण प्रतिभूज वचस्तेषां प्रवक्तुम् उपचक्रमे। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Milinda Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Krishna.
व्यास उवाच इति सम्प्रश्न संहृष्टो विप्राणं महर्षणैः प्रतिपूज्य वचास्तेषां प्रवक्तुम् उपचक्रमे। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Right, Umamaji cannot read, no?
I can. Sloga I can.
Read you definitely.
Iti samprasna samparsho vipranam. Hare
Vyasa
Krishna. Vyasa uvacha. Iti samprasna samparso vipranam romaharshini pratipuja vajastesham pravaktum upachakrame.
I think it's a small translation only. So
Vyasa uvacha. Vyasa said, Idi, thus, samprasna, perfect inquiries, sampashta, perfectly satisfied, vipranam, of the sages there, Romaharshana, the son of Romaharshana, namely Ugrasrava, Pratipujya, Ugrasravas, Pratipujya, after thanking them, Vacha, words, Tesham, there, Pravaktum, to reply to them, Upachakrame, attempted. Translation. Ugrasrava, Suta Goswami, the son of Ramaharshana, being fully satisfied by the perfect questions of the Brahmanas, thanked him and thus attempted to reply. Purport. The sages of Naimisharanya asked Suta Goswami 6 questions, and so he is answering them one by one.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Next to Sudavacha Yam Pravarjanda Anupedamedu Pratyam Topayano Virahagadara Ajuhava Putredi Tanmayatayam Tarovar Abhinendu Tam Sarvabhudahridayam Munimanosmi. Sorry, Munimanatosmi. Sudavacha Yam Pravarjandam Anupedam Upedagrityam द्योपायनो विरहकादर आहुजावा पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो अभिनेदुस् तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिम् आनतोऽस्मि सूतावाच यं प्रवर्जन्तम् अनुपेदम् अभेदकृत्यं दोपायनो विरहकातर आजुहावा पुत्रेति तन्मयतयोतरवो भिनेदुस् तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिम् आनतोऽस्मि. Yes. Shailaja Maji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Sudavaja yam prajantam anivedam avedakrityam Tulvayano virhakadara ajuhava putredi tanmayataya tarvo bhinedu sadam sarvabhuta hridayam munimanadosmi. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Right, Jai Shri Maji.
सूत उवाच इयं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेन्दुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि. हरे कृष्ण.
Jai. Yes. Uma Maji can read that.
Yes. Suta uvacha yam pravrajandamanupetamapetakrtyam dvaipayano virahakadara ajuhava putredi tanmayataya taravo binendu stam sarvabhuta hridayam munimanadosmi. Hare Krishna.
Melinda Maji.
Hare Krishna. Suta uvacha yam pravajantam anupetam apeta kritiyam dvaipayano aviraha katara ajuhava putreti mayataya taravo abhinedus tam sarva bhuta hridayam munim anato asmi. Hare Krishna.
I think you should practice more reading this.
Yes. I'm not good with Sanskrit, Prabhuji.
By practicing, you can get it done.
Yes.
Before coming, you can just read it a few times and it'll be easy for you.
Yes,
It's,
Prabhuji.
it's okay. It's not that much important, but still, it's one of the part.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
That synonyms.
Sure. Suta Goswami Uvacha said, Yam hum pravajantam, while going away for the renounced order of life, anupetam, without being reformed by the sacred thread, apeta, not undergoing ceremonies, krityam, prescribed duties, dvaipayanaha, vyasadeva, viraha, separation, kataraha, being afraid of, ajuhava, exclaimed, Raiti, O my son, tat mayataya, being absorbed in that way, taravaha, all the trees, abhineduha, responded, tam, unto him, sarva, all, bhuta, living entities, hridayam, heart, munim, sage, anataha, asmi, offer obeisances. Translation: Srila Suta Goswami said, Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that great sage Sukadeva Goswami, who can enter the hearts of all. When he went away to take up the renounced order of life, sannyas, leaving home without undergoing reformation by the sacred threads or the ceremonies observed by the higher caste, his father, Vyasadeva, fearing separation from him, cried out, O my son, indeed, only the trees which were absorbed in the same feelings of separation echoed in response to the bereaved father. Purport: the institution of Varna and Ashrama prescribed many regulative duties to be observed by its followers. Such duties enjoin that a candidate willing to study the Vedas must approach a bona fide spiritual master and request acceptance as his disciple. The sacred thread is the sign of those who are competent to study the Vedas from the acharyas or the bona fide spiritual master. Sri Sukadev Goswami did not undergo such purificatory ceremonies because he was a liberated soul from his very birth. Generally, a man is born as an ordinary being, and by the purification processes, he is born for the second time. When he sees a new light and seeks direction for spiritual progress, he approaches a spiritual master for instructions in the Vedas. The spiritual master accepts only the sincere inquirer as his disciple and gives him the sacred thread. In this way, a man becomes twice born or Dvija. After qualifying as a Dvija, one may study the Vedas, and after becoming well versed in the Vedas, one becomes a Vipra. A Vipra or a qualified Brahmana thus realizes the absolute and makes further progress in spiritual life until he reaches the Vaishnava stage. The Vaishnava stage is the postgraduate status of a Brahmana. A progressive Brahmana must necessarily become a Vaishnava, for a Vaishnava is a self realized, learned Brahmana. Srila Sukadev Goswami was a Vaishnava from the beginning. Therefore, there was no need for him to undergo all the processes of the Varnashrama institution. Ultimately, the aim of the Varnashrama Dharma is to turn a crude man into a pure devotee of the Lord or a Vaishnava. Anyone, therefore, who becomes a Vaishnava, accepted by the first class Vaishnava or Uttama Adhikari Vaishnava, is already considered a Brahmana, regardless of his birth or past deeds. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted this principle and recognized Srila Haridasa Thakura as the Acharya of the holy name, although Thakura Haridasa appeared in the Mohammedan family. In conclusion, Srila Sukadev Goswami was born a Vaishnava, and therefore Brahmanism was included in him. He did not have to undergo any ceremonies. Any low-born person, be he a Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Sumba, Yamana, Hasa, or even lower, can be delivered to the highest transcendental position by the mercy of Vaishnavas. Srila Sukadev Goswami was the spiritual master of Sri Suta Goswami, who therefore offers his respectful obeisances unto Srila Sukadev Goswami before he begins his answers to the questions of the sages of Naimisharanya. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Verse number 3. Ya sanubhavam agila shruti saramegam adhyatma deepam aditирishadam tamondham samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam vyasasunam ubayami gurum muninam. Ya swani agila shruti saramegam adhyatmadevam aditирishadam tamondham samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam vyasasunam ubayami gurum muninam. Yaswanubhavam agilashrisaramegam adhyatmadevam aditирishadam tamondham samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam vyasasunam upayami gurum muninam. Yes. Sharaja Maji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yasanubhavam agilam shrudisaramegam adhyatmadibam adideshadam tamontam samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam vyasasunu ubayami guru muninam. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Maji.
यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकमध्यात्मदीपमदितितीर्षतां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Bol. Right, Maji.
Hare Krishna. Yaswanubhavamakilashrutisaramekam Madhyatmadevamaditirshadam tamondam Samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam Tam vyasasunamupayami guru muninam. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Milinda Maji.
Hare Krishna. Ya Swanubhavam Akhila Shruti Saram Ekam Adhyatma Deepam Atitirshatam Arshitam Tamondam samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam vyasa sunam upayami guram muninam. Hare Krishna.
Vanamalemaji, you have the book? Srimad Bhagavatam.
ഹരേഷാ ബുക്കില്ലല്ലോ ഹരേഷാ എനിക്ക് ബുക്കില്ലല്ലോ.
Right, Snigdhamaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. जस्वानुभावम् अखिलं श्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपमप्तितीर्षतं तमोऽन्धम् संसारिणं करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपजामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्. Can I read?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Synonyms. Yah, he who, swa anubhavam, self-assimilated, akhila, all around, shruti, the Vedas, saram, krim, ekam, the only one, adhyatma, transcendental, deepam, torchlight, atithirsatam, desiring to overcome, tamaha, andham, deeply dark material existence, sansarinam, of the materialistic man, Karunaya, out of causeless mercy, Aha, said, Purana, supplement to the Vedas, Guhyam, very confidential, Tam, unto him, Vyasasonum, the son of Vyasadeva, Upayami, let me offer my obeisances, Gurum, the spiritual master, Muninam, of the great sages. Translation, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him, the spiritual master of all sages, the son of Vyasadeva, who, out of his great compassion for those gross materialistic who struggle to cross over the darkest regions of material existence, spoke this most confidential supplement to the cream of Vedic knowledge after having personally assimilated it by experience. Purport. In this prayer, Srila Sutta Goswami practically summarizes the complete introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural supplementary commentary on the Vedanta Sutras. The Vedanta Sutras or the Brahma Sutras were compiled by Vyasadeva with a view to presenting just the cream of Vedic knowledge. Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary on this cream. Srila Sukadeva Goswami was a thoroughly realized master on the Vedanta Sutra, and consequently, he also personally realized the commentary. Srimad Bhagavatam, and just to show his boundless mercy upon bewildered materialistic men who want to cross completely over nations. He recited for the first time this confidential knowledge. There is no point in arguing that a materialistic man can be happy. No materialistic creature, be he the great Brahma or an insignificant ant, can be happy. Everyone tries to make a permanent plan for happiness, but everyone is baffled by the laws of material nature. Therefore, the materialistic world is called the darkest region of God's creation. Yet the unhappy materialistic can get out of it simply by desiring to get out. Unfortunately, they are so foolish that they don't want to escape. Therefore, they are compared to the camel who releases thorny twigs because he likes the taste of the twigs mixed with blood. He doesn't realize that it is his own blood and that his tongue is being cut by the thorns. Similarly to the materialistic, his own blood is as sweet as honey, and although he is always harassed by his own material creations, he doesn't wish to escape. Such materialistic are called karmis. Out of hundreds of thousands of karmis, Only a few may feel tired of material engagement and desire to get out of the labyrinth. Such intelligent persons are called Jnanis. The Vedanta Sutra is directed to such Jnanis. But Srila Vyasadeva, being the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, could foresee the misuse of the Vedanta Sutra by unscrupulous men, and therefore he personally supplemented the Vedanta Sutra with Bhagavata Purana. It is clearly said that this Bhagavatam is the original commentary on the Brahma Sutra. Srila Vyasadeva also instructed the Bhagavatam to his own son Srila Sukadeva Goswami, who was already at a liberated stage of transcendence. Srila Sukadeva realized it personally and then explained it. By the mercy of Srila Sukadeva, the Bhagavata Vedanta Sutra is available for all those sincere souls who want to get out of material existence. Srimad Bhagavatam is the one unrevealed commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Sri Pada Sankaracharya intentionally did not touch it because he knew that the natural commentary would be difficult for him to surpass. He wrote his Sariraka Vyasya, and his so-called followers deprecated the Bhagavatam is some new presentation. One should not be misled by such propaganda directed against the Bhagavatam by the Mayavada school. From this introductory shloka, the beginning student should know that Srimad Bhagavatam is the only transcendental literature meant for those who are Paramahansas and completely freed from the material disease called malice. The Mayavadis are envious of this personality of Godhead, despite Sripada Sankaracharya's admission that Narayana, the personality of Godhead, is above the material creation. The envious Mayavadi cannot have access to the Bhagavatam, but those who are really anxious to get out of this material existence may take shelter of this Bhagavatam because it is uttered by the liberated Srila Sukadeva Goswami. It is the transcendental torchlight by which one can see perfectly the transcendental absolute truth realized as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I think we'll do it only 3 today. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakayam Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Vandeham Shri Guru Yudhavadagamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadhudam Parijanasahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Nalidam Shivishadan Vidam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Govesha Saptagan Gaurangi Radhe Vrishabhan Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadrubhesya Kripa Sindhubhye Vacham Bhaktanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimade Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishe Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshada Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Dasa Vacha. Iti samprashna samhrishto viprānam ramaharshini pradipūjya vajastesham pravaktum vajakrame. Ugrashrava, Sudha Goswami, the son of Ramaharshana, being fully satisfied by the perfect questions of the Brahmanas, thanked them and thus attempted to reply. So, which are the questions of the Brahmanas of Naimisharanya?
Ultimate and absolute good for the people in general.
What
Yeah.
is the essence of all the scriptures?
Yes.
All living beings. Purpose of Krishna's birth.
Appearance. Yes.
Then
Yes, yes.
uh,
Please.
about the Purusa avatars and
Purusha
about the
avatar.
Lila avatars.
Yes.
Leela Avatar.
Last one is when Krishna went to Swadhama, the Dharma has taken whose shelter?
Yes.
In
The Dharma.
principles of his own abode. When after Krishna had departed to his own abode, to whom the religious principle had been given.
Actually. Yes, these are the 6 questions, and now the
I
whole
couldn't
Bhagavad,
understand the sixth one. What is the
Sixth-
sixth question?
after Krishna had left for his dham, Krishna has left for. If you look at this, there's a verse in every canto. One verse of Srimad Bhagavatam will be given. If you look at this verse,
23.
yes,
Okay, okay. Bruhi Yogeshwari Krishna.
page number 196.
Shri Krishna Brahma.
Sudhamo Bhagavate Dharma Jnanadivis Saha Kalo Ashtadishamesham Puranarko Adhinodida. It's an answer to this question actually. The question is when Krishna went back to Dham, that is Golok Vrindavan, where will the principles of religion take shelter? Who, that means, who will take care of this dharma? That is a question.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So these are the 6 questions, and the whole Bhagavatam is a reply to this. The answer to 1 and 2 will be in this chapter itself from 6th verse onwards, 29 verse. 6 to 29 is the answer for Q1 and Q2.
6 to 20.
So the next verse, Sudavacha Yam Pravajandam Anupedo Aveta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahakadar Ahujava Putredi Metaya Taravo Bhinedus Tam Sarvabhuda Hridayam Munim Anadosmi. Srila Sudha Goswami said, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that great sage, Shukadeva Goswami, who can enter the hearts of all. When he went away to take up the renounced order of life, sannyas, leaving home without undergoing a reformation by the sacred thread or the ceremonies observed by higher castes, his father, Vyasadeva, fearing separation from him, cried out, O my son, indeed, only the trees which are absorbed in the same feelings of separation echoed in response to the agreed father. So, Sudha Goswami starts his answer by first paying his obeisances to his spiritual master, Shukadeva Goswami. That's how one should start the class. That's why we have this, before starting class, we recite a few hymns, starting from Om Jnana Timiranda Jnana Jana Shalagaya Chachirunmelidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. So, the jnana, the ignorance is compared to blindness created by timira, that is affecting the eyes. And how we can remove this timira or this jnana? By applying the ointment in the eyes. Just like applying the ointment in the eyes, the blindness is removed. Same way, the mercy of spiritual master will remove our ajnana, ignorance. So the person who removes our ignorance is a guru. The next we will say, Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yudapadakamalam, Shri Guru, Vandeham, I pay obeisance Shri Guru to my spiritual master, who is Srila Prabhupada. And then Shri Guru, Shri Yudapadakamalam into his lotus feet. Shri Guru, next to him, the Guru Parampara. By this time, I think you would have seen all the Guru Parampara. In the next, our multi-choice question, you can expect a few questions from that. So be thorough with that Parampara.
32 gurus.
32 gurus. Out of that, verse from 20 onwards, where Madhavendra Puri starts our Parampara. From Madhavendra Puri to Srila Prabhupada. So, after paying obeisance to our Guru, then we pay obeisance to Gurun. Gurun is a plural. Vaishnavamscha, they are all Vaishnavas. Shri, then to whom Shri Rupam Sagrajadam, the Shad Goswamis. Rupa is Rupa Goswami. Sa Agrajadam. Agrajadam means who was born early. That means the elder brother of Rupa Goswami. Who's the Rupa Goswami?
Sanatan Goswami.
Yes, Sanatan Goswami. Who are the Sad Goswamis?
Jiva Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Rup
Yes.
Goswami, Sanatan Goswami,
Hmm.
or Raghunath
Bhatta Goswami, Gopala Bhatta.
Gopal Bhatta Goswami.
So that is a Shat Gos. Shat means 6. Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yudapadakamalam, Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha, Shri Rupam Sagarajadam, Sagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam. That means all the 6 Shat Goswamis are mentioned. Then Sadhvaitam, Savadhutam, Parijana Saidam, Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Then next to whom we are giving obeisances? The Pancha Tattva.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
First
Prabhu.
our master, then the Guru Parampara, then Shad Goswamis, then
Panchatattva.
Sadvaita. Sadvaita means along with. Sa means together, with. Meanings with. Advaita Acharya. Sadvaita means Advaita. Avadhuta is, who is Avadhuta? Nityananda.
Nityananda Goswami.
Avadhuta means is like a madman, spiritually, transcendentally mad. Avadhu means he just roam like anything. In Kerala, we have this person called Naranatha Prahamdan. He is supposed to be okay. This is Avadhuta is Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balrama only, Rohini Sudha Balrama. And Nityananda Trayodashi is coming on 10th. So next our Sunday, our class will be on Nityananda Prabhu only. So those who are in and around of Vadapaya, in Trichy also, are most welcome. You should once in a while visit our Namata also, have direct interaction, Sunday satsang. Today I posted something on satsang. Have anybody seen that? On the importance of satsang.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, I didn't see.
Are we following the postings in this group?
Yeah,
Yes,
followed,
yes.
but I didn't see this satsanga.
Yes, it is there. It is there.
Satsanga in Malayalam as well as
English also. English I
English
gave,
also
then I
is-
give the translation
Yes,
also.
yes.
both languages it was given.
Both languages there.
Yes.
In which group, Prabhuji?
Eh?
In which group you posted it?
Hare Krishna Prasthanam. You are there, no?
Hare Krishna.
You are
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I am there. Yeah.
That means you are not seeing the postings. You are not seeing.
No, not up to date.
Every day, 3 times a day.
I'll
you
see
should
it later.
watch.
Normally 2 or 3 days, after 2 or 3 days only I have.
No, other groups you don't know, but you look at on a daily basis. This one, this is a spiritual group
Okay,
one.
okay.
And that you do it 3 times a day. You fix some time, like morning 9 o'clock. I do like morning 9 o'clock first, then maybe 2 or 3 o'clock. Then one more time. Because so many postings will be there. Some nonsense posting, but nonsense posting we don't allow. This is exclusively a spiritual group, exclusively Bhagavatam Bhagat group, and exclusively Parampara group. And we allow postings of Srila Prabhupada, teachings of Bhagavad Gita and spiritual and Srimad Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada and his predecessors, not the successors. Not only when he posts person not to ISKCON also, it is very bit risky. So I tell the post first you send it first. Then if it is okay, we allow post. But even in ISKCON also, sometimes it happens that not present very nice. Maybe erroneously also some presentation you could see. So Srila Prabhupada is full guarantee. Srila Prabhupada is fully guarantee. It's perfect. And above him, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami posting, Bhakti Vinod Swami, all those, this you can give the posts in our group. So look for the postings of in the group, and then you see some very educative matters you can improve, vastly progress in spiritual path. So that is our parampara. Sadhvedam, Sadhudam, Parijana Sahidam, Krishna Chaitanya Devam. That 5 Panchatattva, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Sri Gadadhara, Sri Vasa. This is called Panchatattva. Then finally, Sri Radha, Krishna Padan, Sahagana Lilida, Sri Vishagan Vidamsa. Then finally we reach Krishna. We don't directly go to Krishna. This is a teaching. We don't directly go to Krishna. We go through this parampara. So Radha Krishna, Krishna Radha, along with whom Ashtasakis are there. Radha's close Sakis, which is 18 numbers. Tomorrow I'll post the details of this Ashtasaki. If I don't post, please remind me.
Panchatattva also?
Now,
Panchatattva.
Panchatattva is that we sing every time. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. You want that posted also?
It's not
Okay.
here. Remember.
Right. Right. Something on Panchatattva. Definitely. So here, Sudha Goswami is glorifying his spiritual master, Shukadev Goswami. And who is Shukadev Goswami? He was liberated from his birth itself. He is liberated from his birth. It is said that Lord Shiva was speaking to Parvati Devi about Srimad Bhagavatam, glories of Krishna and Vishnu. And a parrot was there in the bow, and in the tree above, and the parrot was listening. Then suddenly they realized that someone else is also listening to this parrot, and then Shiva tried to catch this parrot. The parrot flew away, and the parrot flew away and entered the house of Vedavyasa Ashramam and entered the Garbhapatra of his wife. That's why Shukadev Goswami, Shuka actually also means parrot.
Parrot.
That we have seen in the third verse of first chapter. Parrot like beaks, cutting the fruit, taking the juice.
Nigama kalpataro
Kalpataro, Galida Palam.
Galitam phalam sugamugadamrutam dravasamyudam
Pibada Bhagavatam Dasamalayam
Muhuraho Risiya Bhuva.
Right. So here Shukadev Goswami is compared to a parrot. So this Shukadev parrot entered the Garbha of Vedavyasa, Vedavyasa's wife. He stayed there for many years, few years, some 12 years. He didn't come out. And finally he came out, and immediately he came out, he was a liberated person. So I went around as a Digambara, I mean, even not even wearing a dress. In our Srimad Bhagavatam, here you can sign that our Shukdev Goswami is sitting there, and actually he is not without interest. So he's not bothered about that. So that will be given later also. Later also it will be mentioned. So because he was liberated, he didn't need any purificatory process. When a child is born, he has to undergo how many purificatory processes are there?
Namakarnam. Yes.
Yeah. Total 16.
16.
Starting from Vivaha up to Andyeshti. I think in one class we have mentioned that detail.
Yes,
All
yes.
samskaras. And if you want, I can give you that also. The 16 samskaras.
16 samskaras.
So out of that samskara, 16 samskara, one is called Upanayana. Upanayana means when you are receiving the holy thread, the pure thread from the spiritual master. That we call that as Diksha.
Before that, Vedakarnam, Namakarnam, Annaprasnam.
Vedagagan, Punsavana, Simantonani, Jadakarmam, Namakaran.
Yeah, Jadakarma is there. Before that, there is parting the hands.
Simantonanam.
Simantoyanam, that is there. I think we'll not discuss that too much because it's a bit long. So we'll can post it. We have so many things to cover here also. So when you take Diksha, you do it at the time when all the anarthas are over. Sri Rupa Goswami, in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he describes 9 steps of spiritual ladder. Listen to this very carefully. These are the 9 steps starting from Shraddha to Krishna Prem. Now, the goal of every Vaishnava is. So, the 9 steps described are 1, Shraddha. Shraddha means a faith. And then next step is when you have the faith, you are desired for associating with similar persons who are having the faith, similar Vaishnavas. That is called satsang. So Shraddha, satsanga. After satsanga, in satsanga, what do you do? Glorify Krishna.
Glorify.
Shravanam.
That is Navadha. No, that is a 9
Shravanam, Kirtanam.
Navada is 9 process of worship of Bhagavata Dharma, Bhagavata Dharma. What I am describing now is a 9 steps of your spiritual progress, which is described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Navada is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is told by Prahlad Maharaja.
Prayer.
Yes. It's not actually prayers. Actually, he's speaking to Hiranyakashipu. Prayers is given to Narasimha only after Hiranyakashipu is killed. Now, Hiranyakashipu is asking what you have learned, what is the best thing that you have learned. Then in reply, he's giving this. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivadam. That is Navadha. That is the Bhagavad Dharma. Now, this is 9 steps. It's starting with Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha. Then, in Sadhu Sangha, you glorify. That is called Bhajana Kriya. Then, when you do it for some time, maybe 1 year together, chanting 16 rounds, doing all the regulatory principles, following regulatory principles, attending the satsang classes, reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita to start with. When you reach a purificatory state where you don't have any anarthas, I mean all your philosophical misgivings are over, and you have a good measure of control over your senses. At that time, you take Diksha.
So third step is Diksha. Third step is
prayers. Prayers, no?
Prayers.
no Prabhuji. First is Shraddha. Second is association of
Shraddha, yeah, Shraddha first, and then Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya,
third
Anartha Nivritti. The fourth one is Anartha Nivritti.
fourth one is
The anarthas are finished.
Anartha.
Anartha Nivritti. Nivritti means
Nirvriti.
Nirvritti.
So
Anartha
that's
Nivritti. And after stage, you come to stage of Nishta. When then you become very regular, very steadfast. Your goal is set, your life is set. Then you move only in that direction only. This is being regular in whatever you do. One of our Maharajas described what is the meaning of word regular means doing the same thing every day, same time. That means you fix a timetable in your 24 hours. What time you'll get up, what you'll do after this, then all this thing, all this chalked down, your timetable, daily routine timetable chalked down, and then what time you go to sleep. This is a regulation. That means in this fixed hours, like we do that chanting, then we do aratis, then Srimad Bhagavatam class, then some really for me some management activities are there. Then again aratis. And then we have to chant the 16 rounds. Srila Prabhupada has very meticulously set our system so much that there is not a single second wasted. Every time is fine. So Vaishnava is supposed to sleep only 6 hours a day, not more. Srila Prabhupada used to sleep only for 2 hours a day. So you can see what sacrifice is done to write so many books, having so many disciples, writing tens of thousands of letters, interviews, so many, every second he's engaged. And going down the world 12 times, writing about 80 books. So, Nishta, Ruchi. Ruchi means taste. When you do everything perfectly every time, then you start develop the taste. Unless you get the taste, you will not be able to do it on a continuous basis. So taste develops. Chanting 16 rounds initially, maybe not very easy, but when you do it regularly for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then you develop a taste for that chanting or your spiritual activities. That is called Ruchi. And from Ruchi, when Ruchi strengthens, it becomes Asakti. This Asakti is different from material Asakti. It's opposite to that. That means you cannot remain without chanting for a second, without reading within you. Every time you want to be engaged, Krishna Seva, you become so intensely attached to it. Srila Prabhupada says, ISKCONites are addicted to Krishna. People are addicted to narcotics. People are addicted to drinks, addicted to ladies, addicted to gold. But Vaishnavas are addicted to Krishna. This is called Asakti. And from Asakti, you develop, when you go further, you get the Bhava stage. Bhava. Bhava stage is a liberated stage. Find that. Then, on a daily basis, you'll see Krishna. In sleep, you'll see the dreams. In our house, there's a devotee, young devotee, who is in that stage. Every day, every night, she dreams about Krishna only. And long dreams, very, very vivid dreams. Daytime also interacting with Krishna. From Bhava stage, there is no fall down. Once you reach the Bhava stage, then there is no fall down. And from Bhava, the final stage is called Prema.
Final stage is what? Prema.
Prema. Bhava after bhava, prema.
Prema.
So these are the 9 stages. In prema also there is grading is a prema is actually mostly gopis, and all the govas, of course, they are on the prema stage only. In gopis also there is a gradation, and find the greatest prema is Radharani, and her prema is called Adirudha prema. Adirudha prema is a great sweeter of Srimati Radharani.
9 steps of liberation.
Pardon?
9 steps of. Excuse me. 9
Nine
steps.
9 steps of
9 steps, 9 stages, prema. This is called the 9 steps from Shraddha. By
Shraddha,
Dasa,
prayers,
a devotee
prayers,
can reach
Anartha Nirvardhi,
final stage. For a very serious devotee, sincere and serious and dedicated devotee, the goal can be achieved. So here Srila Prabhupada says, Ganayana means a person taking a thread is born again. What is the word for person born twice? You have mentioned Dvija, yes.
Brahmana.
The Duryodhana is addressing Dronacharya as Dvija Shrestha.
Dijottama.
Dvija means one is born. Dvija Shrestha means among the Dvijas. See, higher Srila Prabhupada is mentioning Dvija for higher castes. Castes, it's plural. That means except for Shudras, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, and Brahmanas, they are Dvijas. They take this banana. But among them, the Brahmana caste is higher. And because now he is qualified, once he receives a holy thread, sacred thread, and then he is qualified for learning Vedas. And when he becomes qualified as Veda, then he becomes Vipra. Vipra is person who has realized the absolute. Meaning he has realized himself, Brahman realization. One who has realized Brahman is called Brahmana. But the highest stage is from Brahmana is the Vaishnava is highest stage. So Dvija, Vipra, and then final stage is Vaishnava. Vaishnava means he has realized Bhagavan highest. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in Bhagavad itself, there is a classification called, is it too much for you? Should I go more into this? There is a classification called Adhikari classification, say Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is given in detail. In Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, verses 45, 46, and 47 speak about Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Kanishtadhikari. Maybe in some other class we'll go in details. If you want, I can post these 3 verses in the group.
Excuse me. ഇത് തന്നെയാണോ നമ്മളുടെ പ്രാഥമിക വിദ്യാർത്ഥി പുരോഗമിച്ച് ബ്രഹ്മൻ സൂര്യോപതിതലം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. പ്രാഥമിക വിദ്യാർത്ഥി പുരോഗമിച്ച ആള് സർവോത്തമൻ.
സർവോത്തമ.
ബ്രഹ്മ ജീവ. Brahma and Paramatma and Bhagavan.
Yes. Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Yeah, that is 3 stages of realization. That is 3 stages of realization. These both 3 stages are realized stages. One is realizing Brahman, who is called Jnani. Another person is realizing the Paramatma aspect of the Supreme Truth, Absolute Truth. He is a yogi, Ashtanga yogi rather. And then the person who is realizing the Bhagavan aspect is called the Bhakta. Now, 3 are self-realized persons. Now, the Adhikaris which I am speaking is slightly different. One starting the primary stage, Prakrita Bhakta, then the middle middle stage, and the final stage.
Final stage.
That is the Uttamadhyaya, one who has realized Bhagavata Uttama. In another book of Rupa Goswami called Nectar of Instruction, which is having only 11 verses. These stages, Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari stages are described. How from Kanishtadhikari stage you can reach Uttamadhikari stage. These described in just 11 verses. Once we had done seminars on this Ubadeshamrita, Nectar of Instruction, called English, Ubadeshamrita. It's a basic book. You should read these books also, along with Bhagavad Gita. There are few books, 10 or 11 books, which you just read on a daily basis. Then you chant 16 rounds, and then you follow these relative principles. Maybe in 2 years, you may all be qualified for taking Diksha. So that should be our aim first. So here, Srila Prabhupada, he says, you don't have to be born in a Brahmana family to be Uttamadhikari. Srila Prabhupada said, Kiba nyasi, Kena Shudanaya, Ye Krishna Tattvaveta, Se Haya, Guru. So if you want to be Uttamadhikari, you should know the Krishna clearly, you should understand Krishna. And therefore, Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Haridas Thakura as a Namacharya. Actually, he's an incarnation of Brahma only. That we'll discuss. Later on, we'll tell so much as pastimes of Haridas Thakura. So, Haridasa Thakura used to chant 192 rounds, malas, which means 3 lakhs names, totally 3 lakhs. Every day, he used to chant 192 rounds or 3 lakhs names, which will take you about just 22 hours a day. That means he used to chant for 22 hours a day. There's a pastime of Chaitanya Haridas Thakur, which one day we'll mention that also. I have to narrate that also. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awarded him with the title of Amacharya. So that's why we are in our glorification. We Jai Om Vishnu Madhavan Maham Acharya Stotra Shashimat Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Namaraj ki. I said then we go to Namacharya Das Thakur ki. So Vaishnava system is glorification only, glorification of Acharyas. That way our consciousness will be purer. Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prithu Maharaj is glorified by his partisans. They saying, because we are glorifying you, because we are able to glorify you, our consciousness is getting more and more pure. That is why we should not now lose an opportunity to glorify Guru, we should glorify Acharyas. That's why we have this appearance day, disappearance day of so many Acharyas. You'll find the post. Yesterday was appearance day of Raghunath Das Thakura, Raghunath Das Goswami. The devotee is supposed to fast. Fast means up to noon. You should fast on these days, appearance and disappearance days of Acharyas. So any low-born person, anyone who is low-born also, he can also be brought to Krishna consciousness by the purity of these highly advanced Vaishnava Uttamadhyaryas. So Srila Prabhupada is mentioning 9 castes here, which I mentioned one floor. This is from 2nd canto, 4th chapter, 18 verse. Kiradahuna Andhra Pulinda Pulkasha Abhira Shumba Yavana Kasadaya. These places are outside the Varnashrama system. In Varnashrama, you have 4 Varnas. There are people who are outside the Varnashrama system, which basically, generally, they are known as Maichas. So there are 9 in groups. Even those persons can also be brought to Krishna consciousness by associating with pure devotees. So here, Sudha Goswami is glorifying Shukadev Goswami. He is the highest Vaishnava. He's the best of all Vaishnavas. So in next verse, he is explaining why Shukadev Goswami is accepted as highest. Now here, of course, in this verse, when Shukadev Goswami is leaving home, Vedavyasa is broken-hearted. In other words, afterwards, sometime that will also be described. Now, why is Shukadev Goswami is accepted as the highest Vaishnava? In verse number 3, it is given. Ya sanubhavam agila shurisaramekam adhyatmadivam Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him, Shuka, the spiritual master of all sages, the son of Vyasadeva, who, out of his great compassion for those gross materialists who struggle to cross our darkest regions of material existence, spoke this most confidential supplement to a cream of Vedic knowledge after having personally assimilated it by experience. So, this is the most compassionate. Who is the most compassionate person? Who is taking the fallen souls from the dark ocean of material existence. That is the greatest welfare saver. This is the greatest welfare activity. Till the time we will understand the welfare activities, not giving aids, giving some help. To the needy persons, supplying their needs, physical needs. But Srimad Bhagavatam very clearly mentions this. Out of his great compassion for those gross materialists who struggle to cross the darkest regions of material existence. That is the greatest compassion. The material compassion and spiritual compassion has been described in our Gita class when you started the second chapter. Srila Prabhupada gives a very nice analogy about this. Anyone remembering this? The purport of the first verse of second chapter. What is the analogy? I think yeah.
Putredi tanmayataya tarvo binedu sadam savabudha hridayam munimanadosmi.
Is that verse?
Yam prabrajandam anivedam abeda krityam Dvaipayano viraha kadara ajuhava Putredi tanmayataya tarvo binedu sadam savabudha hridayam munimanadosmi.
That is our second verse.
Yeah. Then
This
which one?
No. What I'm asking is the material compassion, spiritual compassion.
Oh.
Explains in the first verse of the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita.
Tada
kripaya vishtam
That is the verse, but in the purport, Srila Prabhupada, in his purport, please listen carefully. In his purport of this verse, he is giving a difference between material compassion and spiritual compassion by giving
dress and the man. You try to save the dress when he is drowning, and
yes.
you should have saved the man instead. The
Instead
man
of
saved for the soul and
the
dress for the body.
Instead of saving the man, you are saving the dress of the man. When the person is drowning in the ocean, you are saving his dress, not the man. So, saving the dress is compared to material compassion. And saving the man is a spiritual compassion. So, the dress of the man actually is a spirit soul. The dress is a body. So, when you are saving the body, it is material compassion. And when you are saving the soul, it is spiritual compassion. I think one day we had a very detailed discussion on that also. which is best compassion. So here, Shukadev Goswami is acknowledged as the greatest of all Vaishnavas, and he's a person, he's considered to be the spiritual master of all the sages, and he is a person who is saving all the persons who are drowning in this. And how he is drowning? How he is saving these persons? By speaking this most confidential part of Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra is the highest of Vedas. Vedanta, the ultimate of Vedas. Vedanta means the ultimate Veda. Veda means knowledge. Vedanta means the ultimate knowledge, which is described in so many sutras. So it is called Vedanta Sutra. Another name is called Brahma Sutra. Many sages, many experts, acharyas have written commentary on this Vedanta Sutra. Shankaracharya is one of prominent one, and his bhashya, his commentary on Vedanta Sutra is known as Sharirika Bhashya. It's called Sharirika Bhashya. That is a commentary of Sri Shankara on Vedanta Sutra. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, one whole chapter, always having some 180 verses, is describing detail, is criticizing this Sharirika Bhasha of Vedanta of Shankaracharya. But here, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Bhagavatam is a natural commentary. It's a natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra by the author of Vedanta Sutra himself. Who is the author of Vedanta Sutra? Who is that?
Vedavyasa.
Yes, Vedavyas. Vedavyas is the author of Vedanta Sutra, and same Vedavyasa is the author of Bhagavatam also. Why he has written the commentary on Vedanta Sutra? Because Vedanta Sutra is so subtle that many persons may misinterpret it and create havoc. That has happened. To avoid that, he has written a commentary which is called Srimad Bhagavatam. That Bhagavatam is a natural commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, on Vedanta Sutra, is given in Bhagavatam itself in the last canto, the 12th canto, 3rd chapter, last chapter is given. Sarva Vedanta Saram. Bhagavatam Vedanta Saram, he is the essence of Vedanta. And then, what is the reason for this? Why these people are drowning in this material existence? Because they are misplaced conception of happiness. So everyone tries to be happy. It is the intrinsic nature of the soul to be happy, because intrinsically it is happy. Just like Krishna is known as Satchidananda, Satchit Ananda. Sat means eternity. Chit means knowledge, and Ananda means bliss. So Krishna is Anandamaya Abhyasa. He is called in Chandogya, Taittiriya Upanishad, he is given as, he is Anandamaya Abhyasa. He is a cream of Ananda, bliss. He is the source of Ananda. And because we are part and parcel of Krishna, Amsha of Krishna, we are also Satchidananda. But having entered into the material world, we have a perverted understanding of what is happiness and what is bliss. Because we are committing the first sin of a bonded Atma. The first sin is identifying himself with the body. When you are identifying yourself with the body, then all your happiness revolves around this concept of body, our Guru's body, which is myself, I'm made of Panchabhuta. I have the greatest attraction for that. And then what is my husband, my wife, my children, my father, mother, these are all related to body. I have greatest happiness in having association with them. And we have a senses, and Guru's body has got senses. And with the senses, we enjoy all the sense objects. And we know which are the senses and which are the sense objects. We have mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Do we need to go over to that?
Yes. Repeat, please.
There are two
Shabdam.
classification of senses. It's called Jnanendriya and Karmendriya. Jnanendriya means knowledge gathering senses. Knowledge gathering senses called Jnanendriya. These are ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and
Skin.
skin. So sense objects, sound,
Sight,
form,
form,
smell,
fragrance, feeling,
and touch.
person.
And mind is also considered as one of the senses, the 11th sense. So what is the object of sense for mind? Can anyone tell?
Objective,
Which will be the
This
spiritual
huh?
awareness. Spiritual awareness.
No. When you are talking about the body, we are talking about the conditions all only.
So,
Intelligent, Prabhuji.
No. What is the object? See, object is sense. What is the relationship with sense and sense object? We have explained it so many times because that we should be very thorough with this. What
should
is
control our senses.
sense object?
Mind should control our senses. All the
Listen
senses.
listen first. What is the relationship between sense and sense object?
Senses can see
Create
in
that.
two sense objects.
Using that, we see the sense.
A simple answer is senses are always going behind the sense objects. For the senses, the object of enjoyment is the sense object. So the senses will always go after the sense objects.
Yes.
Indriya, Indriya Vishaya. Indriya is sense, Indriya Vishaya means sense object. See, the ears always want to listen to some nice sounds. The eyes always want to see nice forms.
Mind.
Nose look after a nice fragrance or smell. And tongue is always go for taste, like that touch. So
Mind.
sense object means senses are going after this object. That is a relation.
Go after.
Pardon?
Mind should go after.
Then
Then
now tell me, mind should go after. Normally, mind is going up, not should. The mind is going after what? Thoughts.
the thoughts.
Thoughts. Mind will be going after thoughts because mind is filled with thoughts. It is stated that during the course of a day, a man will have 80,000 thoughts in a day. 80,000. That much restless is our mind. In English is called fleeing thoughts. Fleeing means flying. It's running rather. Means so many thoughts are coming. Immediately, one after the when every second, tuck, they come. So the mind is always going after thoughts. And sometimes one thought, he'll be very happy, he'll stick to that thought. That means die. Then second chapter will come. Then that feeling will come, then the thinking will come to feeling stage. And from feeling stage, when it intensifies further, it will come to willing stage. That you'll do it. Many thoughts come, and in some thoughts, you are focusing too much. That is called feeling. And when that feeling intensified, you end up doing this. That is the 3 stages of thoughts. So for the mind, the sense object is thoughts.
thought. Thought creates the rest of the things.
Huh?
Thoughts create our words, action. Is it?
Is it a question or is it a statement?
No, I'm asking you. Thoughts, all these actions and words first appear as thoughts.
Yes,
then
exactly. Correct. Then they translate to action. Isn't it? That's what that is the stage. Thinking, feeling, and willing. Willing means it translates to action. So everybody is looking for happiness. But in the perverted stage, our happiness is sense satisfaction, sense gratification, and then association of our dear ones. These are all happiness. But ultimately, it will lead to misery and sorrow. Misery and sorrow, anxieties. So this is a misplaced happiness. Because everyone making plans for this. And for them to get out of this well of, this is called well in the wilderness. It's like a wild, the household, the home is like a well in the wilderness. When you fall into that, Andhakupam is called blind well, Andhakupam. When you fall into that, it's very difficult to get out of this. Why you don't want to get, why you are not able to get out of this? Because ultimately you don't want to. Because you want to remain in the Srila Prabhupada says, nobody wants to escape because they don't want to escape from this. That is our greatest strategy. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 6th canto, it is stated, in the 4th canto itself, that a conditioned living entity, although it may be suffering intensely, still doesn't want to give up this position. He wants to continue this. You can experience for yourself. You can experience this fact for yourself. Although we know that something, this is not bad, it's bringing you misery only, still we don't want to give up. We stick to it. So Srila Prabhupada says, unhappy materialist persons can get out of this simply by getting out of this. But unfortunately, nobody wants to get out of this because they are so much happy with that. Srila Prabhupada gives a comparison, analogy of a donkey. Donkey eats all those thorns. And when a thorn is cutting its tongue, the blood will come. Then there's a mixture of thorns and blood, and the donkey tastes and relishes its taste. Actually, what is relishing? His own blood only. He doesn't know that. But is he happy with that? So, donkey feels his
Excuse
blood
me, sir.
sweet as honey.
Camel compare ചെയ്തത്. Camel.
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 Okay, right, sorry. So he feels this. Similarly, the materialistic person also, although harassed by so many problems, he doesn't want to get out of this. Such persons are called karmis. When out of these millions of karmis, one who gets tired of these activities, material activities, he desires to escape from this material bondage. He becomes a jnani. So a jnani sometimes may misuse this. So to prevent this misuse, Vedavyasa has given his own interpretation, and commentary is called Srimad Bhagavatam. So Vedavyasa first narrated this Bhagavatam, his own son, Shukadeva Goswami, and then Shukadeva Goswami narrated it in not Naimisharanya, in the banks of Ganges. And Sudha Goswami was one of the listeners. Then Sudha Goswami, after listening to Shukadeva Goswami, he narrates his pastime, his Bhagavatam in Naimisharanya. So this is a history. of Bhagavatam. So, Bhagavatam is a ripened fruit of Veda, but many Mayavadis, Advaitas, they have started giving classes, lectures, saptahams on Bhagavatam, and they are spoiling this work of Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Shankaracharya has not given any commentary on the Bhagavatam because he feels that it's beyond this. His given reason is that it will be difficult for him to surpass that the sweetness or the intrinsic or the great meaning of this Srimad Bhagavatam. He will not be able to surpass this. So he did not write this commentary, although he has written commentary on Vedas, Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, but Srimad Bhagavatam he did not touch. Because it is not for envious people. That is given in the second verse of the first chapter. Dharma Pojita Kaidava Atravarma Nirmalsaranam Sadam. Nirmalsaranam means unenvious.
Srimad Bhagavate.
Bhamunigirde. Isn't it? Masaram Sadam. Vedyam Vasam.
Vedyam Vastavam Atra Shivadam.
Srimad Bhagavad Mahamunigirde.
Sadhyo Hrida Varidetra Kudrushubi Shushushubin Talchana.
Tachana. So the very first verse itself, these Purusharthas are rejected by who? The Satvadas, the Bhaktas who are non-envious. So only non-envious person who have developed a superior taste only can explain Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full of rasas. So the rasas should not be spoiled when you are speaking on Bhagavatam. So this is the essence. And now we'll start. Shuddha Goswami will start now narrating from 4th verse. And from 6th verse onwards to 29th verse, the answer to question 1 and question 2 will be given. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any clarification?
Prabhuji, you said the meaning of Satchidananda. Satchidananda.
Yes.
Ananda.
Can you repeat
Sat,
it?
Sat is eternity.
Sat is
Eternity.
okay.
Eternity. Chit is knowledge.
Then knowledge.
Knowledge.
Okay.
And Ananda is bliss. Bliss means Ananda. The highest happiness.
Bliss.
Bliss.
That means knowledge.
Pardon?
Sat means
eternity.
eternity, knowledge and bliss.
That is Satchidananda.
ഇതന്നെയാണോ സാന്ദ്രം ആനന്ദം അവബോധം?
നാരായണിയാണോ അതോണോ?
നാരായണീയത്തിലൊരു ശ്ലോകത്തിൽ ആദ്യല്ലേ സാന്ദ്രം ആനന്ദം അവബോധം.
സാന്ദ്രാനന്ദ വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഹയസ്റ്റ് ബ്ലിസ് എന്നർത്ഥം. മീനിങ് ഇസ് ഹയസ്റ്റ് ബ്ലിസ്. സാന്ദ്ര. When you say Satchidananda, it actually describes Krishna. And we are units of Krishna, Amshas Krishna. We are also, by our Surupa, we are also Satchidananda. But having unfortunately come into this place, we are Asat, Achit, Dhirananda. That is our presence. Opposite Chit is Achit, and Ananda is Nirananda. Without Ananda.
Dukkam.
So our endeavor should be to go back to our Surupa Satchidananda. Only Bhakti can give. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol, Hare Shabhoji. Thank you.
चाकल्पद्रवस्तिकवासिन्ददेव च वेदनं विष्णुभ्यो नमः
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः आनंद कृष्ण
की जय
जय शिला प्रपात
की
जय
जय